Are you ready to transform your summer into an epic splash-tastic adventure? Say goodbye to wasteful, single-use water balloons and hello to the ultimate in reusable, eco-friendly fun with reusable water balloons. Check out the link in the video description to get yours on Amazon today.
Frasier fans have suggested that one particular episode of the series wouldn't see the light of day if the show was released today. The original show was a spin-off of Cheers and ran for 11 years between 1993 and 2004, following Kelsey Grammer as the titular radio psychiatrist as he returned to his hometown of Seattle, reuniting with his equally pompous brother, Niles, David Hyde Pierce, and their dad, Martin, John Mahoney. Although it came to an end 20 years ago, we have been able to relive all of the chaos in the Crane household thanks to daily reruns on Channel 4. Meaning that viewers have been able to unpack some of the more awkward moments, decades after they originally aired. Taking to the dedicated Frasier page, immediate_map_6604 questioned, which episodes do y'all think would be too controversial for 2024? As many threw out a selection of installments from over the years, including the awkward introduction of Dr. Mary in Season 7, Forbidden Memories suggested, they definitely wouldn't make Slow Tango in South Seattle today. Frasier having an affair as a high schooler with a middle-aged woman who was also his teacher would be considered at least very troubling and quite possibly predatory by a lot of viewers today. At the very least it wouldn't be considered an appropriate topic for a mostly PG sitcom. Strolled_1 agreed, this is the one honestly. As someone who is only 24 I feel like most Frasier episodes would still be allowed today. But this one is crazy. Daphne and Roz being mad at Frasier for going off to college abruptly instead of sticking around to have a tearful goodbye with the woman who groomed him is extremely yikes, Matt Ryan 02 penned. And we're supposed to be on their side. Island Rebel shared, I honestly skip this episode most the time because it's just kinda gross, sick. As equivalent spell 135 added, yeah, even watching then, I'm old enough to have watched many of the episodes during the original broadcast. I was raising my eyebrows. Granted I don't recall if they said how old Frasier was supposed to be, but even so, yikes. Slow Tango in South Seattle first aired in the early 90s and served as the Season 2 premiere. It focused on Frasier becoming outraged that a pal from Boston had written a best-selling fictional book, inspired by a story the doctor had shared in confidence, detailing how he lost his virginity to his older piano teacher, Constance Towers, as a teenager. Everyone in Seattle grabbed a copy and reacted to the plot, leading to Frasier seeking out his tutor for closure, and ending up in a tricky situation with her elderly mother. Despite the plot raising eyebrows in the current climate, Joe Keenan, who served writer and executive producer, insisted that the show has mostly grown well. Speaking to usnews.co.uk to celebrate the program's recent 30-year anniversary, he touched on whether any plots had aged terribly. David Hyde Pierce says he'd have returned for Frasier reboot on one condition. One of the best Simpsons scenes ever was only added to fill time. Chart-topping 90s boyband pitched to represent UK at Eurovision 2025 with perfect song. TV chef Naomi Pomeroy killed aged 49 in horror boating accident. Nothing stands out to me, he told us. I'm sure if you go on a forum, you'll find people who find that moment didn't age well. If there are, I don't think it's more than a couple of things that we might not have done if we'd been doing the show today. But in all honesty, I don't go back and watch it that much. You're focused on the next thing all the time. I don't know if I have to go back and relive my glory days. I have to figure out what I'm writing next. I have to come up with a book. I've been doing stage work, or plays, or cabaret, and things like that. What I rent, at 23 years old, I live in a £2. 450 PCM London flat in Zone 1. The vibrant London borough where rents are falling the fastest. The real cost of living in Wimbledon, that is often overlooked. Inside the Victorian boathouse that's just sold for twice the price of a UK home. I rented a room to a nice woman, then an armed gunman showed up. With actors as well, the focus is on, do the work and hope that people still enjoy it, and then focus on what's next, so I don't know, if I watched it more often, I might find things more. WWE superstar breaks down in tears over deaths.